Hey y'all, this is Philippe the Learn to Grow guy. Today I'm standing by the brown cabin, which is something that you guys have not seen. But if you look directly behind me, what you will see is actually a Johnson elderberry. Yep, a Johnson elderberry. Now, which brings us to the point that we're here for. Today I'm going to show you the berry area that you've not seen yet. You've seen the one across from the cabin where I live at? Well, this here is a whole other story. Over here, to give you a quick tour, this is this tree here, this bush here produced some blackberries last year. The berries are very tasteful, and that's another one at the other end over there. We'll get to in a minute as to where produce the same type of berries that this one produced. Guys, I've got, I believe this one's a Josta berry. I've got here, I believe this one's a red currant. Ooh, look at that. I think it's flowering. Yeah, I think it is flowering. Cool. Last year, this produced some little pinkish, reddish berries. They were pretty tasty on their own. Over here is a goji berry. I've got another one right over there where this stick is, right there. We'll get to that in a minute. Actually, I'll just walk you over to it real quick. Okay, this is another another goji berry. I gotta keep this here up here. The wind will blow it down, but that branch keeps dragging on the ground, and I just haven't tied it down to it yet. So anyway, back to here. Goji berry. This is probably the second largest one I've got out here on the property altogether. Otherwise, this is one of those, I believe it's a currant or just a berry. It could be black currant, it could be red currant, it could be just a regular currant, but nonetheless, that's what I've got out here. Over here, this one here is a honeyberry, also known as a hascap. And again, out here, I'm not going to give you any scientific names for any berries for the simple reason that I always mess up the names. And to me, I look like an idiot trying to pronounce names that I struggle with, okay? So there's more what could be red currant, black currant, or regular currant. And out here, what I've planted one of the ones I planted last year, this one is a yellow raspberry. This one died, so forget that one. This one here, the next three are actually blackberries. And the last one right there is actually another yellow raspberry. Over here, that's the other one that I pointed to from when I was standing over there by that particular bush over that way. That's the other one. I ate plenty of good berries from there. One of the things you're going to notice is that I've got comfrey growing around them. That's so that I can try to keep the weeds under control directly under and around the plants. So, this one here, all I know is that it could be the red currant. I don't remember. I know that I believe red currants does have thorns on them. So this could be what we're looking at here. I don't remember specifically because out here, I gotta tell y'all, everything that you can put a black marker to, they all fade away. I don't know if you can see that or not. That says red currant, I think it says. But like I said, everything fades away, okay? I accidentally ran over this one with a mower last year, but it's making a comeback. You can see that here, as well as over there, okay? There's another one. And by the way, this is another hascap. Out here, I've got about roughly, I believe 6 hascaps altogether. This one here is producing some little flowers here. Okay, this one's blooming. And look, this one has more mature flowers on it. I don't know if you can see them or not. See that? That's a hascap, so producing flowers. And the other hascaps are fairly new to the area here. See, this one's another hascap. And here's another hascap. Okay? You can find some of these hascaps. You're going to find them as Mr. and Mrs., as you see there written in the name. However, with the hascaps, what you're going to need multiple varieties. Even though they got these labeled as Mr. and Mrs. I don't know if you saw that in this one here. Let me show you. See, this one is the Mr. and the other is the Mrs. Okay? But that means that they're two compatible varieties. With hascaps, you're going to need multiple varieties that are compatible. What that means is that they're blooming and flowering at about the same time. This one here looks like it's still trying to put out some flowers. You see that? It's still trying to bloom. which means that I'm hoping that that means that all these Haskaps here are compatible. Okay, if they're compatible, that means that I've got some good berries coming. Okay, out here, all the berries that I can tell you that I have. And by the way, this one here, it is a, okay, this one here is a pink pink lemonade blueberry. I was having a little problem because I'm looking at this here and it looks like little bite off marks. I'm hoping that the deer didn't make their way in here. The fencing around here is not all that great, as you can see, but nonetheless, out here, this is what I've got. I've got a bunch of different berries. This one here seems to be coming out just fine. This one is in Aronia berry. Okay, it's an Aronia berry. Okay, you can see the name there. This one here, I picked this one up in the hopes that I'd like to see what this blueberry actually tastes like. If it actually tastes like the peach sorbet blueberry, okay, as the name describes. I was just curious, okay. Anyway, this is my berry area, okay. This is the area where I have berries at. As you can see, I also have, what's that? I believe these are leeks growing around some of these berries. I did go around and plant berries and, plant leeks, garlic, and onions around a lot of these. Last year I harvested a lot of, onions from this area here. However, the problem, the main reason why I put them out here was to try to keep little critters that makes holes like these out. Okay? And what I can tell you, okay, like this hole here. Yep, this one right here. What I can tell you is that it doesn't matter how many of those onions, those little yellow flowers, yellow or white flowers that come up in the spring that I plant, those little burrowing voles and moles, they still burrow, they still dig, they still show up. Okay, the only thing I'm thinking that I'm going to start using at this point is actually traps. Could be mice traps. Who knows what the trap may be? But nonetheless, traps is what I'm looking at going towards, and I mean traps to basically take them out. Okay, so anyway, back to the tour. Over here, what I've got here is a nectarine. This particular plant, see, look, here it is, Fantasia nectarine. It's been here for a few years, and the main problem that it's encountered has been Japanese beetles. And I had sprayed a lot of soapy water on it, so which means that the plant did not get the growth that it needed over the years, and I would say that's all my fault. Okay, now I've got a row here that goes all the way down here to the ant mound. Okay, this is actually one of those rows where I have what's that thing called? Here it is. Here's one. Who knows what that is? Yes, you're right. It is asparagus. Yep, this is one of my 2 asparagus rows. Okay, last year they came out nice and bushy, and oh yeah, they're in there. Yeah. Anyway, the asparagus came out nice, and they did quite well. So therefore, this year I'm looking forward to actually feasting and eating a lot of the different asparaguses that show up. Yep, that's mullein. I'm going to be collecting mullein throughout the year as well. So that, see, this is some of the onions that I grew from previous years. That one I didn't pick out last year, but nonetheless, it's coming back again. Now, I believe I have just about all the berries I could use out here. Okay, I believe that I do. Okay, however, there is one that I have been missing, which is going to lead us to the next video that we actually do. Okay, that particular one is actually, you ready for this? Sea buckthorn. Guys, if you have not looked at sea buckthorn, I would highly suggest you look up sea buckthorn, look up its medicinal value as well as its nutritional value. Okay, it's sea buckthorn. Some people may call it sea berry. Okay, it produces these little orange berries, and guys, this son of a gun is so nutritious. Some people use it as an anti-aging type of superfood. That's what they call it. They call it a superfood. Okay, look it up. That is the next berry I'm going to try to plant. It may or may not be in here. If it goes in here, it's probably going to go towards that side behind me. as a berry of some sort, but it does have some mighty thorn and sharp thorns. But nonetheless, I think it is worth trying to grow them and trying to get the nutritional value out of it. Again, sea buckthorn is the thing I'm going to be discussing with you in the next video, okay? But let's continue this, okay? I've got a couple of other things I want to show you while I'm out here. Okay, I'm going to flip. Okay, another Johnson elderberry. I had one, the deer kept eating at these, as well as the Japanese beetles, and now it's spreading. Yep. So anyway, this is where my kiwis are. I've got regular kiwis to kiwi berries. As you can see, this particular kiwi here, it's a prolific kiwi. I don't know if it's prolific yet. I haven't eaten any yet. So anyway, this one's trying to grow. As you can see, the little buds are on it. What's next to it? Okay, the little plant I've got next to it, and if you pay attention to some of the plants and trees that I plant, I actually plant what are called nitrogen fixers. Okay, this one is a autumn olive. Okay, I typically put them there next to plants or trees and fruit trees or what have you, for the simple reason that what it does is that it actually provides nitrogen to the soil that it's in. Okay, so which means that if I've got it growing next to a fruit tree or a berry bush, okay, it's going to provide nitrogen. This here, guess what it is? It's the same thing that I was standing in front of in the beginning of the video. Yep, it is one of those elderberries. Elderberry is also a nitrogen fixer. And the what's that? The dream berry bush that I'm trying to get, it too, sea buckthorn, is also a nitrogen fixer. Okay, so this one is planted right next to this other kiwi. Now this particular kiwi is a male version of one of the kiwis that required a male and a female. Okay, so that it can produce a lot of fruit. Now the original one was over there, but since it died, I replaced it with that prolific. So now I've got this one. I've got one here too, but I'll come to that one in a second. This is supposed to be the other one. Hey, look, it's waking up. This is supposed to be the female. Out here I was supposed to have two females and one male, but since the other female died, this is the remaining female. I hope this one does quite well this year. It looks like it's starting to awake. I don't know if you can see this or not. See that? It's starting to awake. You can even look at that one. It's got about 3 little buds on it trying to grow. I'm hoping that it does quite well, because over here's where I'm going to put my trellis. So, and with this one, this was the little stick I believe that I put in. Nope. Yes, I think it is. Well, if it is or if it's not, the nitrogen fix, I'll stick in another one. This one also, this one here, see, this is this kiwi type here. This one is a Isaiah kiwi. It looks like the regular kiwi that you buy from the store. This one survived the winter out here. And let's see, do I see any fresh growth on this one yet? No, I do not as of yet. Let's see. Uh-oh. I hope I didn't lose it. I hope it's gonna wake up. Because otherwise I'm gonna have to come out here and ask it to do the camel walk. Well, that's from old TV shows from back in the day. You know, Tommy, camel walk. Anyway, I'm hoping that it did survive the winter. But otherwise, next to it right here, as you can see, I have another nitrogen fixer, which is also elderberry growing right next to it again. The whole purpose of that is so that the elderberry, since it's a nitrogen fixer, will put nitrogen into the soil and therefore feed the plant. Okay. I had to check up on this one a little bit later, looks like. Oh, wait. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. You see it right there? No, not this double leaf one. Right there, it's on the branch. Yes! So which means that it survived the winter. Yes, that is excellent. You see it? Let's try this again. Okay, I'm going to wiggle the branch. Follow the branch, okay? Hold it. Let's see. You see the branch is right there. That means that this one did survive the winter as well. Okay, so anyway, that is how I typically have things set up. I'm trying to plant a nitrogen fixer with everything so that everything gets its nitrogen that the plants or trees need to grow. And basically with these nitrogen fixers, what I can do is I can cut them all the way down, and guess what they're going to do? They're going to go ahead and pop back up and start growing again and providing branches and stuff like that. Now, everything that I'm using as a nitrogen fixer out here, they have medicinal value and they also have nutritional value. That includes the autumn olive. Okay, they say that you don't want to eat autumn olive all up on its own. And that's understandable because they said that it could upset your stomach. It could. I've been eating autumn olive for quite a while and I've not had any problems like that out of it. Okay. The elderberry itself also, it has medicinal value. You can actually use the berries. They say you shouldn't eat the berries raw, but you've seen me eat some berries raw in some of the previous videos from like last year, I believe it was, and nothing happened to me. Okay, but nonetheless, you can use the elderberries to make syrup. I don't recommend you eat them since everybody's saying that it can make you sick and stuff like that. So my best viewpoint for you is follow caution. So, but everything I'm using, it has medicinal value. Okay, it has medicinal value and also has nutritional value. All right, y'all, this is it. This is my other berry patch that you guys have not seen. Okay, and the only thing that I've not put here yet is the sea buckthorn, and that's going to be the subject and topic of our next video. Y'all take care. Oh yeah, by the way, like, share, subscribe. Okay.